all this from prophetic now to protective. Now they're being made to protect, you know, the child. Akuko, the slabs, the iron slabs, they are called kuto. But when you name a child, since the child is only one, you can't name a kuto. And sometimes they even name the kuto, but it's called akuko. Kuruko means iron. And one portion, or whether it's like in the form of a slab, it's called kuruko. But when the two of them are put together, they're called kuto. Akugre, these are the pebbles. These two pebbles that will tell whether soothsaying can commence or not when a child is named after this. They're called akugre. So a child named after these pebbles is called akugre. Azongo. Azongo is a spiritual room where the soothsaying is conducted. A child named after this spiritual room is called Azongo. Adore is a stick, a magical stick, what Europeans call magical wand. This is Adore, a child named after the magical stick of the Bokolko is called Adore. Awa. Awa is the house of the Bokolko, where all the objects are stored. And when a child is named after this, the child is called Abokolwa. But because Abokolwa is too long, we cut it short and just call a child Awa. This one now becomes a protective deity, an entity that's part of the Bokolko. All these parts that I'm talking about, when one is missing, you cannot prophesy. They all have to be there in order for you to conduct prophecy. So we have prophecy and protection at the same time, all coming from this ancient deity or deities called Yamarma. So to invoke that spirit, the Bible says, Yamarma, wake up, rise up, and speak. Rise up, don't disgrace me. Let this person know that you are in the spiritual world. I am just your mouth. I'm just your true voice. But I can see. I'm not in the spiritual world. You are the one who forced this on me. And when that is said, you see how this happened. Now, when I give a name of a child, you hear that is called Ah. Bokolko has no Ah. How come a person named after Bokolko is called Ah? The Ah, in my tradition or culture, is a determinant for a human being. So Akolko determines that a child, this is a human being named after the Bokolko. Ad Dongo. means that this is a child, a human being, named after a horn. If you just say dongo, it's a horn. If you just say dongo, it's a horn. But if you say adongo, then people know that you're talking about a human being. Azure. If you just say zure, zure means this. This is zure. But if you say azure, now they will know that a human being has been named after this zure. Akruko, again, these are the iron slabs. It means the says that a child or a human being has been named after. And I even forgot this. Door. This is the door. This is wood. It's also a child. We were named after this wood. The wood is called door. But when a child is named after this wood, it's called adore. Don't mistake adore for adore. They're two different entities. And they are similar because of the fact that they all come from wood. So you got the majestic, adore, but you got the wood, piece of the plank of wood called door. An object like this, pole, in prophecy would mean hunting. It can also mean powerful, pole, or here, your elbow could mean a powerful person. Let me just show you. In ancient Kemet, this was the symbol of a king, King Dosa. And the elbow indicated that he was a powerful person. In traditionalism, when the Abba hits your elbow, it means that you are very powerful. Or they can hit an elbow and say somebody else is very powerful. That person is the one who's causing you all kinds of problems. The pole can also signify a hunter, because when you wear the pole, it prevents when you're shooting a bow and arrow. The flap, it prevents the flap from cutting your hand. So it protects your hand from the flap of the bow. But it will indicate there is somebody who's a hunter in either your house or a child is being born is supposed to wear this because of the fact that that child is going to be an important hunter in the near future. This is the story or a show about this particular prophetic deity. And as I indicated earlier, I just want all of you to see all this, that if you look at it, you think that it's all village, it's all, maybe primitive. The only way you can get rid of yourself of being primitive is to make sure that nobody laughs at you. There is nothing primitive about this. There is nothing primitive about this. There's nothing primitive about this. There's nothing primitive about a tail. There's nothing primitive about a dory or magical stick. There's nothing primitive about these pebbles. They have laughed. And there's nothing primitive about a crown. Africans, let's get it. Let's shed it off. Let's take it off. Because being primitive, being told you're primitive, don't mean anything. It is who you are. It is who you are. African traditionalism is different. It is not deficient. Different is not deficient. It is not ungodly. It is not uncivilized. It is just different. For those of you watching this show for the first time, we have just embarked on a journey in African traditionalism. For those of you who are my regular viewers, I want to thank you very much for your patronage. But call and give us the feedback because we need it. That's how we can move further. That's how we can expand. And that's how the feedback is how we can get to do it better. I thank you all. May Amon Re always bless you.